Hello and welcome to Inside Story. I'm Bo Leung. Hong Kong is a noisy place, so it may seem strange to some that a musical genre described as noise should have its own festival, Kill the Silence, which is in its third year. The scene is small but growing at a time when technology has changed music tastes and spawned stars, and anyone with a laptop can seemingly compose their own masterpiece. We think it's best to let the artists and their music tell their story.
Kill the Silence first happened in 2013 in Macau. We had a 14 hours festival happen with like many acts. So and then we had it run between Hong Kong and Macau back and forth for the last 2 years. And this year is our third year.
We're trying to make it like a tour. So first start with Hong Kong, and then in July Macau, at the end of the year in Taiwan. I would say the Hong Kong local scene is small. In the past, I think 4 or 5 years ago, it's almost non-existent. But in recent years, it grew slowly. Although it's not in a very fast pace, but I think it's healthy for this kind of music, which is very niche and kind of underground now. For me, I think it's important to have a platform for the artists and also for the audience. For some people there are people who like this kind of music, but they do not know where to go to this kind of events.
My name is Rui. I come from Macau, and it's my first time playing in Hong Kong. I hope it's going to be a pleasant experience for everyone.
Bees also doing some noise, yeah.
With the analog Buddha machine, so this is like something the old ladies would have in the house, but we're using it as a part of the act.
It's not so much about the sound, maybe it's just a small experience. I started buying toys from Taobao. These are Buddha machines, so you can find these in temples, or they're just very simple. they produce this. Yeah, then this is as like, this one has 20 different sounds. So the idea is I get several, and I try to make a live remix, kind of DJ set, but with these machines that are completely unpredictable because you never know which song they will play next. So that's why I use several different kinds, so that I don't have an idea of what will start playing. So after a while, I can maybe using the 6 or 7 machines, I can actually create a new rhythm that I really like and some strange harmony. And I don't know what the prayers are about. So it's only about the sound, no, nothing else. When I started playing, I usually played with the computer or synthesizers, but now I'm just more into ties. I don't know. I think it's more fun.
It's really about kind of building a narrative, I think. Trying to just find a kind of an arc or narrative that I could build with, all this other people's material. A lot of it's about sound and sort of frequencies and trying to, bring in certain characteristics of the sound or the records. A lot of it is also about the textures of the records. I owe a lot to DJ culture, so I think I'm still a DJ, but nobody really danced to my music.
DJ Sniff and Shan, they'll be doing a turntable and a drum duo. So kind of using a turntable as a real instrument to do a duo with a drum, which is more traditional kind of instrument.
Yeah, the project is really us kind of finding a space to kind of sit in together. So it's really just reacting to each other in like a kind of instantaneous performance. I still occasionally will play with what you could call a traditional band, but I think I bring my own. I have developed kind of my own style of playing. I think that I think even when I'm playing with more traditional bands, I'm kind of bringing my own thing into it. But I do feel that kind of the older I get and the more experience I have doing music, like the more interested I am in doing projects like this as opposed to just playing in a kind of classic band.
It's quite abstract art, I think, into a kind of music form. Some of they can make you feel a bit intense. At the end, they try to mix everything into the songs, and you can hear a lot of layers with different effects. Get you feel stomachache. I feel a little bit stomachache actually. I really come and support my friend, one of his sculpture art piece. You can see some big wooden speaker.
This is like a sound installation, and it works using electronics and acoustics. We've got some motors that are hooked up to this unit here. We've got 5 resonating cones, and each one has a guitar string that operates the automatic violin player. We might need adjusting a little bit.
I enjoy working with Steve because we have similar background, very modern classical music.
Yeah.
So and we are outside modern classical and outside pop, but we are influenced by both. Experimental, I guess underground in the sense that we don't have a huge audience for that, and I don't think people above ground want to know about us.
when I was very young, like elementary school, I played classical piano, and I studied like classical music. But like gradually, I feel boring for this kind of music, and then I started to buy myself like very cheap stuff, like cassette tape or cheap synthesizers, and I recorded by myself. I usually making the program, a computer program, and I controlled by the myself on the laptop, and controlling audio and visual on the stage. Yeah, that's kind of my performance work. Everything I can do under the name of the experimental music, it's total freedom.
In contemporary art right now, people are told how to feel and how to experience art. You know, you go into a museum, they tell you, and you should enter and you should do this. They are created in a way that to make it safe and for you to have a kind of like the same experience. But then I am quite interested in creating experiences that are open-ended. For example, when people are coming through here, when they walk, the sound changes a little bit, so they wonder, you know, why did it change? It's because I became closer, it's because of light. After a few seconds, of course, they realize it's the shadow, okay? And then also they realize there is this big switch, it's like a cartoon thing, it's very big, so you want to press it in a way. So for me, that part of the installation is very important. The idea that I give you something, but I don't tell you what to do with it. So, you know, it depends on the people. Some people are very shy and they don't have the will, like to press the switch and pay the price, okay? But some people are immediately driven to press the switch, and they get rewarded by a surprise. And sometimes, in this case, it's kind of strong, no? Because if I hit the switch, it's really a big sound. So maybe they feel like they broke something or something. But it's important to create this relationship, I guess, that you take chances, and then you are not told what to do. You know, you kind of flow with the thing. So.
When I was playing in more kind of traditional bands, it was always about going out and touring and kind of selling records on the road. And
software to produce music or software to DJ, I think it's encouraged more people to start. At least they can start more easier.
Now we're living in a time when, like, kind of anybody can make music on their laptop, and the whole like idea of selling records is really kind of just fallen out.
It's not something wrong about the technology, but it is more about how we use the technology.
Everything can be mass produced so easily.
At shows, like people walk up to the merch table and they'll take a picture of the CD and go download it afterwards.
And if you start believing in like the number of people who watch the YouTube video as a way to measure how good the quality, then you're in big trouble.
Technology has been around like with music like since I would say the 70s, 60s even. So this is the one way of doing music.
Kaidan, which is really noise, kind of icon of the like Japanese noise.
非常階段 came from Japan. Japanese first noise band since 1979. Influence is hard rock music like Jimi Hendrix and Rich Blackmore, Deep Purple, and free jazz, Japanese free jazz. Tonight, Hijo Kaidan is our normal style, just improvisation, just noise music. Tomorrow is we are using Vocaloid, Hatsune Miku. I think it is very popular. And we play music with noise music, combinations.
That's all for this edition of Inside Story. If you have any comments or suggestions, then email us at insidestory@atv.com.hk. I'm Bo Leung. Thanks for watching.